Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you guys. So thank you, as always, for being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. So I'm doing what I do. I'm getting my orders together. I almost screwed up. The house divided, I thought, was a shot glass rack, and that's it's half Packers, half Cowboys, but it's actually a mug rack. So I've had to make the laces a different size, but we gonna get it straight. But thank you for realizing that Mark was screwing up. As we get ready for the draft, so many people want to lay waste to the Dallas Cowboys offense and our quarterback, Dak Prescott. If we had a better quarterback, we would have been in the playoffs. We've been winning Super Bowls, and we've been doing all these great things. That's what they seem to believe. Well, as bad as you think our quarterback is, quarterback actually played pretty good. But there's other areas that we can improve. See, it's really, contrary to popular belief, it's really about the whole team. And a place where our Dallas Cowboys have actually failed is actually pass rush, along with interceptions. We don't take the football away. And there's no bigger stat in the NFL than taking the football away. Generally speaking, more times than not, if you lose the battle of taking the football away, you turn it over more than you get it, you're going to lose. Another area in defense that's key is getting to the passer. And as much as you like to think about the hot boys and D-Law and all the stuff that he's talking and things, the reality is we suck at getting the passer. And that's another one of those stats that getting to the quarterback helps determine outcome of games. When you can get to the quarterback, you're going to force him to throw the ball sooner, and he's going to throw interceptions. He's going to rush or have incompletions. And that's where I believe the Cowboys need to focus in the draft. You know where we were last year in sacking the quarterback? 30th. Now, you can talk about the quarterback all you want. You can say, well, Dak Prescott didn't show up in big games. And I'll tell you that neither did Zeke. I'll say that Dak Prescott showed up more than your running back did. But you also have to look at that defense and think about where this Cowboys defense used to be. When you had guys like Ed Too Tall Jones and the Manster. And you think about how bad we've been. In the last 5 years, we haven't been higher than 24th in sacking the quarterback. 24th. That was the highest, and that was 3 years ago. That is damn near putrid. And if the Cowboys expect to be better when it comes to winning, being a Super Bowl contending team, being, division champions and going to the NFC Championship game and stuff, we got to do better than what we're doing. And for me, I still believe that when you think about going into the draft, a lot of you guys will say, man, get that safety. You got to have that safety, or get the cornerback. And we've forgotten for so long. I'm a one technique guy. The Dallas Cowboys have shunned the one technique guy. That guy that you have that is the beast in the middle. That guy that will control the middle of the field. That guy that will put pressure in the face. It's one thing to be able to step up, when you know that pressure is there. But when you don't have a space to move up, buddy, quarterbacks start to pee down their leg. And here's the thing as we go into this draft. When you talk about the best player available, we know 3 quarterbacks are going to be taken early. I mean, we know that, right? So that means by the time you pick, the highest you're going to be able to pick is going to be like the 4th best quarterback where we sit. Edge rushers, they're going to be top of the mountain. Offensive tackles, going to be top of the list. But there's 2 positions that usually aren't first round picks very often. That's a nose tackle, and that's a safety. So you could potentially get the best one of those 2 positions easily at 17. Maybe even trade back and still get one of the best of those 2 positions. Because, see, in my mind, the biggest bang for the buck is that pass rusher. Because as good as a cornerback may be, cornerback can only help one guy, himself. That cornerback can't help those other cornerbacks up there. He doesn't make those guys better in the way that a defensive tackle will, a nose tackle will, so to speak. Because if that nose tackle, and I've preached this to the point where I'm blue in the shirt, but that nose tackle, that guy that gets that push up the middle, helps 3 different levels.
Yeah, that Ravens one was good.
Well, thank you.
What's the one of the other colors?
What colors?
For Ravens. Don't they have another color?
Well, it's basically black and purple. They also have gold too, but it's kind of like just a little accent. So it's black and like he messing up my flow.
I was just asking. I'm about to take a shower. Let me come on and help you.
Well, these things need to dry before we put them together.
Oh, yeah, I'll just shower.
But that nose tackle helps the edge rushers because he's taking up space. They got 5 offensive linemen. If I'm doing my job, if we're in a 3-4, the outside linebackers, hey, they're putting in pressure now together. It helps those guys get the sacks. His numbers won't show up like the outside rushers will, but believe me, their numbers will get better. He helps the linebackers because as that nose, a lot of times he's got to be double teamed. That means there's one less guy to go after the linebackers. If I'm taking up 2 players, that means for the other 10 guys that we have on there, there's only 9 people to worry about. Think about that. Because I am taking up and occupying 2 people, that leaves somebody else free. And that leaves the linebackers able to roam and do what they're supposed to do, which is tackle. Nose tackle, if he could put more pressure on the quarterback and reduce the amount of time that he has the ball, that helps every single one of those cornerbacks and the safeties. because that means the quarterback doesn't have as much time. That means the receivers don't have as much time to run their routes and to make as many moves. So when you look at the numbers, and I challenge you to look at the numbers, we stink. The exact numbers, let me give you the exact numbers. 2019, 30th. 2018, 26th. 2017, 24th. 2016, 27th. And 2015, 30th. That's averaging about 28th. 28th in sacks for the Dallas Cowboys. That's a disgrace. That is a damn disgrace for the Dallas Cowboys. And you can call it whatever you want to call it. I call it a disgrace. And that is where we need to improve, because once you improve there on those sacks, you're going to see more turnovers. And that, my friends, is where we're going to start winning. All right. I'm going to keep on working. I'm going to let this stuff dry. We're going to start putting these things together. And we got some shipping to do today. I'll see you guys soon.